When we talk about holding an idea, a feeling, or an emotion gently, what does that actually mean? Well, let me share some analogies that can help you understand this skill. And I do say skill because it really does take practice. So imagine you're holding a newborn baby. You don't grip tightly or squeeze, that would hurt them. You don't hold them too loosely because they might slip away. Instead, you cradle them with soft, steady hands, supporting their weight while also allowing them to simply be. Your touch is present, but it's not controlling. This is how we want to hold our difficult emotions or those unnamed feelings that we often hold in our bodies. Another example. So picture yourself carrying a delicate paper mache egg that has been carefully repaired after breaking. So the cracks are still visible. The surface is fragile, but it's whole again. You wouldn't shake it or press your fingers into it. You'd carry it with awareness, honoring both its beauty and also its vulnerability, its fragility. Your feelings, especially the painful ones, deserve the same tender attention. Or think of holding an antique vase, something that's precious that's been passed down through generations. So you don't examine it roughly by turning it this way and that. You hold it steadily, perhaps turning it slowly, observing it, appreciating its details. So when a difficult emotion or felt sense arises, I want you to resist the urge to immediately analyze it or try to fix it or push it away. Instead, create space around it. Breathe with it. Say something like, I see you there, or, oh, you're here too. So gentle holding means being with your feelings without an agenda to try and change them. Sometimes this gentle presence is exactly what allows those feelings to shift naturally. So why does any of this matter? Well, when we hold our emotions this way, something special happens. They begin to reveal their deeper wisdom and to help you on your way to healing. And as an example, for one person, a felt sense of tightness or tension in their belly, when acknowledged and sat with, might reveal a quality of sadness, which was linked to a loss. And the possibilities are endless specific to the individual. But emotions held gently often transform on their own, not because we force them to, but because we give them the space that they need. And this approach also honors those unnamed felt senses, those vague bodily feelings that signal emotions that are not yet quite at the surface of conscious awareness. You know the feeling, a heaviness in your chest or a tightness in your throat and an inexplicable restlessness, if you will. And these sensations are like messengers. They're arriving before the actual full message is fully formed. And when we hold them gently, we allow them to develop and speak more fully. And as I mentioned, this definitely takes practice. So let's be honest, this gentle holding goes against probably a lot of our natural programming, our tendency to judge those uncomfortable emotions, like I shouldn't feel this way, or dismiss them, like this is silly, or you try and rush to fix it, or how do I make this stop? So we've been trained to treat our emotions like problems to solve rather than information to simply receive, communication, if you will. So learning to hold feelings gently is like learning to hold that newborn for the first time. Your arms might feel a little awkward. You might worry that you're doing it wrong and that your instincts might not be right, or that you might grip too tight when things feel uncertain. But with practice, that gentle cradling becomes a lot more natural. So I encourage you to start small. The next time that you notice even a mild emotion or bodily sensation, try to simply acknowledge it without immediately moving to change it or push it away. You're retraining years of habitual responses, so be patient with yourself as you learn this kind of new way of being with your inner experience. So where to begin? Well, this gentle holding practice typically begins with a simple question, and that is, what's here now? In this very moment, what are you aware of in your body? What emotions are present? What thoughts are floating through? What felt sense is existing anywhere in my body? So don't go searching or analyzing necessarily, just notice what's already there waiting to be acknowledged. And whatever you find, try just simply recognizing it. There's that familiar tightness again, or I noticed something here. So this simple act of recognition, of truly seeing what's present without immediately judging or changing it, in time, it begins to cultivate self-awareness, and you start to understand kind of your internal landscape. You begin to recognize your patterns, to see how your body holds experiences. And over time, this awareness naturally blossoms into greater acceptance. Then it all makes a lot more sense. And the beautiful outcome of this practice is that you begin to hold yourself more gently in all aspects of your life. You become less harsh with your mistakes, more patient with your learning processes, and more curious about your reactions rather than critical of them. You develop what we might call an inner gentleness, a way of being with yourself that honors both your strengths and your vulnerability.